Charlie Sheen was once handed a check for $1.8 million. Not for a film, not for a season of television, but for a single episode. He was the highest-paid comedian on the planet, playing a reckless, charming bachelor so convincingly that audiences barely noticed where the character ended and the man began. But long before the punchlines, he'd already delivered two of the most powerful performances of the 1980s. This is the story of someone who had everything, lost it loudly, and rebuilt it quietly, in a way most people never even noticed. Born Carlos Estevez on September 3, 1965, he arrived into the world under difficult circumstances. According to his own memoir, a tangled umbilical cord meant he came dangerously close to never drawing his first breath. His father, Martin Sheen, was a working actor of deep Catholic faith, and the family moved together wherever the work took them. When Carlos was 9, that meant the Philippines, where he watched his father nearly break under the weight of Apocalypse Now, including a severe heart attack during production. What the boy absorbed in that jungle was something he couldn't name yet: the cost of losing yourself inside a performance. Back in Malibu, the teenager who would become Charlie Sheen found two things he loved: baseball and a Super 8 camera. He spent his days shooting backyard films with friends, including Rob Lowe and the Penn brothers, learning instinctively how to make fiction feel true. When he eventually stepped in front of a real camera, he borrowed his father's stage name and made it his own. His breakthrough came in Oliver Stone's Platoon, filmed, like his childhood, in the Philippines. Stone ran his cast through military boot camp, and by the time cameras rolled, the exhaustion on Charlie's face required no acting. Platoon won the Academy Award for Best Picture. That same year, Stone cast him in Wall Street, opposite Michael Douglas, and, in a moment of layered emotional weight, his real-life father. A hospital scene between them reportedly drew on genuine pain. Martin had suffered that real heart attack years before, and now they were recreating it on film. By 2003, Charlie landed the role that would define and ultimately consume him. 2.5 Men wasn't a stretch. It was essentially a mirror. He played a dissolute beach house bachelor named Charlie Harper, and 30 million people tuned in every week to watch. At his peak, he was earning $1.8 million per episode. That kind of money doesn't just buy comfort. It insulates a person from consequences in ways that can quietly become catastrophic. Behind the laughter, serious personal difficulties were mounting. Marriages ended. Legal troubles accumulated. Rehabilitation stays became almost routine. Then in 2011, everything collapsed publicly and spectacularly. The show was suspended, he was eventually fired, and he launched a live tour that by most accounts was incoherent and painful to watch. What the public didn't know was that years earlier, he had received an HIV diagnosis he was keeping private. According to his own account, he spent an estimated $10 million paying people to keep that secret, a financial and emotional drain that ran silently beneath the entire public meltdown. In November 2015, he disclosed his status on live television. Following that announcement, several women came forward with legal claims, alleging he had not informed them of his diagnosis. In 2022, he reportedly reached a financial settlement with one former partner, though he did not admit legal liability. The turning point toward sobriety, by his own account, came on December 10, 2017. A quiet morning, when he looked at his daughter in a car mirror and understood something no amount of money or noise could obscure. He hasn't had a drink since. He doesn't call it a comeback. He calls it a reset. At 60, success looks different. A consistent daily routine, his medication taken without fail, ordinary mornings treated as victories. The man who once needed 30 million viewers to feel real has found something more durable in the silence he used to fear. If this story made you think differently about fame, survival, or second chances, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe if you want more stories told honestly.